Oh, hey. It's taken me a few minutes, to say the least.
I knew it was curiosity.
Off to Vegas now. Gonna go to CES over the next 4 days. Yeah, 3 days in Vegas for CES. Might make a couple of stops. I have one planned for sure, and another one maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Well, we'll see what we can share with you. I'm going to switch this off right now, and we'll see you in a few minutes. So the drive going east, coming out of Simi Valley, you go through this area they call Rocky Peak. It's really a beautiful drive. Filmed a lot of westerns here, especially back in the day. So I thought I'd turn on the camera and let you guys enjoy this. Just off to the right here is, what was it called? The ranch where the Manson family lived. Kind of creepy to go down there. You can go down and see the caves where they took pictures and stuff like that. It's just kind of creepy. When I got out of the car in Afton, I looked at the temperature at 42 degrees and it's really windy. So, to me, that was freezing. I know if you're watching from Minnesota or Bay City, Michigan, it sounds like a heat wave. But no, it's cold. Sign for Charlie Brown's Farms back there. And that's normally a stop that Annette and I make. It's a fun place to stop, but I've done a video on that before, so I'm not going to do that. I might stop there just to pick up a snack and go to the bathroom or whatever, but I'm not going to make a tour through the huge store that has all kinds of knickknacks. It's really a fun place. One of my grandsons would be thrilled with all the dinosaurs outside. Feels kind of strange driving through here without a net. she couldn't come with me on this trip. Something that we've done together, I don't know, for the last 10 years, every January, we've gone to CES. Maybe more. I think, yeah, at least 10 years, maybe 11. I don't know. I'll talk more about CES later, and I'm going to do some videos at CES. But you might want to know what it's all about if you've never heard about it. And hopefully I can give you some information there. Give you the lowdown. See if we can get around this truck. Up there you can see maybe you can see the snow in the mountains. We're on the back side of Big Bear and Lake Arrowhead, up in the San Bernardino Mountains up there. Is it yeah, I think it's the San Bernardino Mountains. Well, I just passed CHP. I am speeding a little bit, but I guess it's only going to pull over people that are really breaking the law. Welcome to Little Rock. It's not quite what I think of as small town America. But they do have dinosaurs. Pretty sure this is, well, not pretty sure, I know this is a very well, it's not a rich community, put it that way. And everything's run down. That Van Day Farms there, I've never stopped there. As many times as we've gone through there, we always stop at Charlie Brown's, but we've never stopped at Van Day Farms. So I don't even know what it's all about. I know what you're thinking. You should go. No, I don't want to. There's Charlie Brown's. And I'm driving on through. At this point, we'll stay on Highway 138. Transition over to Highway 18, which is going to take us into Victorville. Just now getting into San Bernardino County. Off to the right, you can't see it. Maybe I can turn it over here. up into those mountains. Like I said, that's where the Big Bear skiing resort is, and from this angle, go a little bit further and you'll get into Lake Arrowhead, which is absolutely gorgeous.
You're stupid.
Actually, that's Mountain High up in Wrightwood, which is up in the Angeles National Forest. Big Bear and Arrowhead are about 50 to 60 miles due east up in the San Bernardino National Forest. Continuing eastbound on Highway 18, making our way into Victorville. We're going to cross over 395 at one point. If you don't know, that's the two-lane highway that goes north and south alongside of the Sierra Nevada mountains, past Mount Whitney and into Lone Pine and Bishop and Mammoth Lakes, and all the way into Lake Tahoe. It's an absolutely beautiful drive. If you've never taken it, you should do so. We're just coming into Victorville now, still on Highway 18, coming up to Interstate 15 here in 6.2 miles, and actually taking the 210 through Pasadena is actually a quicker way to reach the 15. But it's only by about 5 minutes, so I'd much rather take the back roads here and avoid all that freeway nonsense of, I just don't like LA freeways. I can't stand them. But sometimes it's unavoidable. But Victorville, it's a part of Route 66, so I really like that. So I'm going to stay on Highway 15. I'm not going to take 66 to Barstow, but it is, because we've taken that trip before, and we've done a video on that. If you go back to day one of our 15-day road trip, I still haven't done the other days. There was some technical difficulties with cameras and stuff, and that's how I ended up buying this camera. And anyway, I'll do the other days soon. But for now, we're just going to make it to Vegas. And we'll drive through Victorville, on to Barstow, where I'm going to stop, hopefully, and get some drone footage. As I'm driving through Victorville, I did want to mention that if you're into the Route 66 thing, like we are, the Route 66 museum here is really a great museum. It really is. It's not real big, but they've done a really good job with it. Going through the little downtown of Victorville is really quite interesting. And just north of the museum is Elmer's Bottle Tree Village, which is definitely worth a stop if you like that funky stuff on Route 66. Again, I would encourage you to watch our day one of our 15-day road trip from last year. I include a lot of history about Elmer, and it's pretty fascinating. He started with one bottle tree, and people would stop and take pictures of it, and it just grew into. He actually retired really young from as a welder from a nearby, I don't know. Anyway, I think he worked in a machine shop. He was a welder, and he retired young, had a house out in the middle of nowhere, built one bottle tree, retired from his job, and built a bunch more bottle trees from all the bottles that he collected. It's a pretty fascinating story. Okay, coming on into Barstow now, where, as you know, is part of Route 66, and it's a place that we've stopped before. I'm going to make a stop just west of the train station. The train station is where there's a Route 66 museum and also a train museum. The building itself is fabulous and has a ton of history. Anyway, I'm going to stop just west of there where I guess you'd call it a switching station. I don't know, you train buffs would know more than I do. I'm just a guy who likes trains. I'm not really an aficionado on it. But I'm going to give you some drone footage of what it looks like overhead just west of the train station, and just know that just east of the train station it looks very much the same. So it's obvious that there's a lot of railroad traffic here in Barstow. Gas station that I parked at to do that drone footage. Thought I'd take a little trip down Route 66, just a little bit, and now see what we can see. think they call it the travel stop or something like that. I don't know. It's right off 15. If we keep going, we can get down to, I guess that would be more the southern end, and of course along Route 66. And then if we took Route 66, one of the first places we would come to would be the Marine Logistics Base, which has been there since 1942 and was part of the Desert Training Center, where Camp Young was the headquarters, where now sits the General Patton Museum, since General Patton is the one who was commissioned to start the Desert Training Center in 1942. Actually, he was commissioned in 1941 to start the Desert Training Center in 1942 to train the troops, to get them used to, I guess, the harsh conditions of the desert. A huge facility. Barstow was just a small part of it. Camp Young, like I said, was the headquarters, and that's right off of the 10 freeway, just east of Palm Springs. And the Patton Museum is there. It's really cool. I tried to put together a video on that. I have put together a video on that, but I have some technical issues that I have to fix, and well, look for it. When I get back, I'll work on that some more. And anyway, let's go to Las Vegas. And I'm going to shut you off, and I'm going to turn you back on when we get to Baker, which is only, I think 60 miles here, something like that. So we'll see you in a couple of minutes. So I said I was going to turn it back on in Baker. Well, I lied. We're going to go check out a place that's only been there, since 2019, I think. Yeah, I think. Maybe 2018. Maybe 2020. I don't know. It's only been there for a few years. It's a place called Eddie World. So anybody who's taking this trip knows Eddie World. But if you haven't, and maybe you don't know about it, I'm going to stop there. In the huge metropolis of Guillermo, California. This place is pretty cool, so yeah, we got to stop. I'm kind of hungry, but I'm going to wait till we get to Baker. Wait till I get to Baker. Say we, because I'm so used to having Annette with me. I'm kind of sad that she's not here. I shouldn't say that. She'll watch this and she'll get sad, because she's pretty sad that she's not here. I'm sorry, sweetheart. But I look forward to many travels with you in the very near future. Wow, there's a lot of people here. So we'll have fun with this. That's hard to park this spot. Paying more attention to the pedestrians than the ones parking spots. Don't want to run anybody over. And I think I'm going to have to Change batteries. Jeez. They go down pretty quick. Maybe I can look it up. Anyway. Almost got ran over coming in here. This lady right here just sped into the parking lot. Follow a group of people in here. Oh yeah, thank you. But if I return the favor. So here we are at Eddie World. Over here is Pete's Coffee. Got coffee over here. Fresh gourmet food over here. Hamburgers, fries, and chicken fingers, I guess, are gourmet food. Jedediah's jerky. Our adopted son is named Jedediah, so he's not really our adopted son. Long story there, I won't get into it. We just refer to him that way. He is actually our daughter-in-law's brother and someone we admire greatly. And he's just a lot of fun to hang out with. Really smart kid. Really smart. So you can get all the candy you want. And all the stuffed toys you want. You probably don't want to take your kids in here if they're the kind that beg. Lots of drinks. This is interesting. Oh, it's the hot sauce aisle. See a can of whoop ass. And this back here is actually a piece of the floor from where the Lakers played at the Forum. They're no longer at the Forum, but this is the piece of the original floor. I had season tickets back then. Watched Magic and Byron and Kareem and Worthy. AC Green, a lot of the old Lakers, Showtime Lakers. Okay. As you can see, this place is huge. Excuse me, I'm just getting out. Thank you. Didn't want him to think I was cutting in line. So, let's get back on the road. So, as I was driving away from Eddie World, a sign reminded me that not far away was the ghost town of Calico. In fact, it was just 3.2 miles on the other side of the freeway. Annette's been there, but I've never been there, and I kind of wanted to see it, so I figured I'd drive up there. But when I got there, I found out you needed to pay to park, and you needed to pay to get into the park. And really, I didn't want to do that because I really just wanted to glimpse it and get back on the road. So I just turned around and parked down by the road, took out my drone, and figured I'd spy on it from the air and get some pictures there. So take a look at what I got. Yeah, it is absolutely stunning. I don't know if I'm capturing it or not because the sun's right in my eyes and I can't really see the screen. So it's never as good on camera as it is in person. I can talk. Yeah, so if I'm jiggling, I'm sorry. It's really windy out here as well. Well, there it is. The world's tallest thermometer. And I can't read what it says. Well, I guess I can. That's where the lights are. It's just hard to see in this light. It says 51. So there you go. My car says 53, but that makes sense. It's a black car. Thank you, sir. Okay, I have to figure out what to order. Hey, how are you? Thank you. I just want to get a euro. You have yeah, a lamb.
Beef and lamb?
Just lamb.
Just beef and lamb.
Oh, it's beef and lamb?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I want.
Do you like the meal or just the sandwich? The meal comes with a drink and you have the choice between rice, french fries, or salad.
Just a sandwich.
Okay.
Yeah, and a water.
But a water or
is it filtered or just tap water?
Just stuff in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, give me a bottle of water.
B22.
No, that'll be it for now. I'll probably get one of these when I'm done. You guys, that Euro was amazing. But I heard there were aliens that just landed down the street. So let's go check it out. They did land. They're right here in Baker. And that's a huge spaceship. Look at that thing. Oh my gosh. And there's another huge spaceship with a big gun on top. Oh wait. It's just a store. It says they have alien fresh jerky. Better go check that out. Oh my gosh, they're scary. Oh, let's take a look inside of this place. Can you believe all this stuff? God, they've taken over this place too. I mean, look over here. They've got t-shirts. They've got so much jerky. It comes from the outer regions of the galaxy, and it's so tasty. Where do they get the cows? Are they space cows? Oh, there's another alien. Oh my gosh. They're everywhere. They've got soda pop too. I wonder if that's extraterrestrial. Oh, and there's more jerky. Look at this jerky. It's so delicious. Actually, they usually have samples of this stuff, and they didn't have the samples, that sample thing set up. But they've got hats. Oh yeah, they've got hats. And they've got stuffed aliens, aren't they cute?
Implement a state-of-the-art framework for space traffic management.
literally, I don't know, 20 yards over the state line is a place where they sell lottery tickets. Nevada is not allowed to sell lottery tickets. So people will go across the state line to buy lottery tickets. People from Las Vegas will drive up. I think it's kind of ironic. Anyway, about that roller coaster, I probably wouldn't get on it now. I'm not a big fan of heights. In fact, I know I wouldn't get on it now. I'm not a big fan of heights. But I remember it was a fun roller coaster. The one thing I really remember is that it was long. It seemed like one of the longest roller coasters I've ever been on, and it goes inside the building and outside. And, you know, New York has a roller coaster that's like that. It goes inside and outside the building. But the one thing that I really remember about that is, you know how the poles on most roller coasters are like big, fat poles? Those poles to me on that roller coaster seem more like the kind of poles that you have on a backyard swing set. I mean, you get way up there, you're way up high, and looking at those poles thinking, is this going to hold? Of course, it doesn't help when you're not a big fan of heights. You're way up high. So, I remember that. And yeah, I wouldn't get on it again. So, coming up on the right here is Terrible's Casino. Terrible's is a company that has gas stations and casinos and things like that. It's an appropriate name because they're pretty terrible. Most of the time, they have some good places. Actually, the Terrible's gas station is just outside of Vegas, or just on the south end of Vegas, off the freeway. It's actually a really nice place to view. I think it might be the biggest gas station. Anyway, so this Terrible's, it used to be called the Gold Strike, and up on the hill behind it is a prison. But anyway, they're in the midst of tearing it down now. If you look close, you probably can't notice, but a lot of the windows they've taken them out, apparently. A girl named Sarah, who has a channel called Wonder Hussy, did a video just on this property a couple of weeks ago. So they still have their gas station around, it looks like, but the hotel is going to be demolished. It's no more. It's been around quite a while. But it's one of those things that I never understood why it's out here, unless it's just for the people who go visit the people in prison. I don't know. The only other thing I can think is they did used to have pretty low minimums, so you could play, you know, $5 blackjack here. The minimums on the strip, mostly they're like $15. Every once in a while you can find a $10 table, but to find $5 minimums on blackjack, yeah, it's impossible on the strip. We stayed at the what's it called? Whatever it's called. I can't think of the name of it right now. I'm tired. It's been a long drive. Anyway, we stayed at a place that did have $5 tables, but it was only one. So the table was always packed. You know, all the other tables were $10 and $15, and pretty much those dealers were standing around doing nothing. That $5 table was really busy. I don't know why they can't figure that out. There's South Point right there. And that's where the Steak and Shake is, and I know that anybody watching from Indianapolis or someplace like that where I'm from, you're going, what's the big deal of Steak and Shake? You know, for us that grew up with it, and you only get it every once in a while, when you come come here. It's delicious. The Royale is drenched in butter and has an egg. Oh my gosh, it's really it's a good hamburger. Oh, there's a shock. There's construction. In case you can't tell, I was being very sarcastic. There's always construction going on in Vegas. Everywhere. Looks like they're building a big neighborhood here. Looks like a decent neighborhood. If that's what you're into. 2,000 square foot house. Sitting 10 feet away from your next door neighbor. McKee Ranch. That looks pretty cool. Well, here it is. Here's the place that I'll be spending the next 4 nights. Even though it says Silverton on top, it's actually the Berkeley. So let's go on and check in. Then we'll come back and we'll give you a little tour of the place. Okay. So we finally made it. I checked in, went back to my car to get my luggage. Here we are in the front. And it is a timeshare facility, which I knew. Right over there, I don't know if you can see through there. That's the Silverton right back there through those trees. So it's a quick walk over there if I'm dying to play a slot machine, which I don't think I will be. Just here for CES. And we're on the 5th floor, which is fine. It's not that big of a hotel. I don't know how many is that? 1, 2, 4, 5. I don't know. There's like 12. I think it's like 12 floors. Hi. Need you see my key? What's that?
Why are you looking for something?
Nothing. I said, do you need to see my key?
No, you're good.
Okay, thank you. Guess there's nothing going on. There's nothing on the screen. We need 507B. 507. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, it is a studio. I thought it was a 1 bedroom, but this is interesting. 507A is right there. 507B is here. Well, hang on a second, and I'll take you through. Okay, here we are. Here's our little kitchenette. And a sink, a dishwasher, and a coffee maker, which is important, but I brought my own. Here's the bathroom. It's actually got 2 dressing areas. Yeah, this is nice. Hello. And king size bed, which I'm going to be all alone in. And here's the living area. It's just basically a one-bedroom apartment. They call it a studio, but it's a one-bedroom apartment. And here's the view right here. You can look down the strip. Probably looks pretty cool at night. I'll get my camera and take a long exposure. And that's the parking lot for the Silverton. Nice. Yeah, the Silverton over there. And the Bass, there's a Bass Pro Shop attached to the Silverton. I don't know if I can get it in there. But that's it. So, there's my TV. Here's another look at the living area. It's really okay for what I paid for it. Well, that's going to do it for the getting there part. Over the next few days, I'm hoping to upload some of the content that I took at CES, some of which is really super cool, so I hope you'll watch that. And if you liked what you saw, I hope you'll give us a thumbs up. We really do appreciate that. Until the next time, we'll see you later.